more nervous now. All right,
All right, good.
great. So before I get started, there's going to be two section of this presentation. It's going to be health and financial reality today. But before I get started, can I share my story? Is that okay?
Yes.
So we're not complete strangers?
Yeah.
So my name is Adrian Quijano, and I was born in Saipan and raised in the island of Tinian, which is right next to Guam. Tinian is a 12 by 8 mile island. If you don't know where Guam is at as a reference, I'm afraid I can't help you. You're going to have to ask Mr. Google. So basically, it's in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific Ocean. So some part of my life, I grew up, when I was young, I grew up in the Philippines. My grandmother raised me, and where sometimes we didn't have food on the table. And that's the kind of environment that I grew up in. If you know what I mean, if you grew up, you were born and raised in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
So after elementary, I went back to Tinian, and I felt like an outcast because I forgot how to speak English, right? So it was really tough. Fast forward to my graduation in high school, I joined the United States Marine Corps because I couldn't afford to go to college. Because we were broke. I was broke. Not poor because I think poor is a state of mind, but we didn't have any money. So after 5 years in the Marine Corps, I got out. I did my time. I served as a Marine, and because I wanted more freedom, I wanted to pursue other opportunities. So luckily, I found a job here in Brea, California, as a calibration tech, and I quickly realized a lot of things. Um, After just a year in corporate America, one, first of all, I was unhappy. Second, the more money I made, the more taxes I paid. Who likes paying taxes here? Raise up your hand. Nobody, right? So we're on the same page. And I was gonna work until I'm 65 or above and rely on Social Security and 401k. Who wants to retire before 65?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We got the entrepreneurs in the house. All right, so I was just really frustrated. I was working really hard, long hours. I was climbing the ladders, but I wasn't going anywhere. I was still living a mediocre life. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I was just sick and tired of just being sick and tired. And that was me. I felt like I was in high school again, broke, right? Um, so on top of that, my health was going down the drain. After that, after the Marines, I stopped going to the gym, working out. I was partying a lot. I didn't have any friends. I met negative people, and so I started, drinking a lot, and I was smoking a lot in Cali, if you know what I mean. Cigarettes. It's probably worse, right? It's worse. But I don't smoke anymore. Believe it or not, I used to smoke, but I don't smoke anymore. Thank God. So I had to. And on top of that, I was drinking and driving. I crashed my car. I totaled my BMW. I almost died a couple times. So I was really in a dark place. That was me, and I can admit that. And I I realized I had to change. If I want things to change, I had to change myself, right? So I was looking. I was desperate in a way. So luckily, my friends Madeo and Diane over there, woo, they introduced me to USANA. They invited me a couple times to see a presentation just like this, um, and I came. I remember I walked in 30 minutes late, and I remember that, and I saw Abby over there sitting down that way. Abby, our newest Ruby director, and she was staring at me like this, like, who is this person walking 30 minutes late? I was a little bit scared, to be honest with you. I can't find her. Where's she at? Okay, she's standing up right there. No, she remembers that. But I walked in, sitting down. I was a little bit skeptical. I had my arms crossed, my legs crossed, my eyes crossed. But at the end of the presentation, everything made sense to me. It really did. I felt like I could dream again. You know, I felt like I could, be better. So I saw the vision. After Super Saturday training, I decided to take the reset. And I'll talk more about that later on. It's a 5 day cleanse. Basically, I lost 7.5 pounds in just 5 days. I felt amazing. I looked good. At least I thought I did. um, and then I started believing in the products. Eventually, I joined the business, and it was the best decision I've ever made because USANA really changed my life in so many ways. Um, right now, as a USANA associate, I feel like I have this personal responsibility to serving others. And
Yes.
but what I'm really excited about is that not only I can help myself have a better life, a better health, but teach others to do the same thing. That's the beauty of it because anybody can become successful in USANA.
That's right.
As long as you're willing to learn and you have a little bit of ambition, you're golden, right? So enough about me. If you want to know more about me, talk to me afterwards and let's be friends. All right?
Sure.
So if you're ready, say I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right. So I'm actually dedicating this presentation to my uncle. He's in this picture, but this is my family right here. This is the reason why I do this business. These are my whys. Obviously, this guy right here sleeping on the watch, right? And this is my mom, my sister, my brother. Um, so this is the reason why I do what I do. I really do it for them. And I just want to share. This is my uncle. I'm dedicating this to, and yeah, I love this shirt too, right? And they're actually living in Guam right now. They're tuned in. Hi to Bernie, and all my cousins and family, because I'm dedicating this to him. Because so my uncle Bernie, he's one of those guys, one of my uncles who I really considered like a father figure, because I remember because he believed in me unconditionally. Because I remember in junior high, I was a little bit of a bad kid, bad student, because I just came back from the Philippines. I was like a fob, right? So, um, and I went back to Guam like around my freshman year for summer, and I remember when we were sitting down in a party, he was introducing me to everybody. Like, hey, my nephew, this is my nephew. He's gonna make a difference in our family. He's gonna help his grandmother in the Philippines. He's gonna help all of us. And I believe in him. And he believed in me. But in reality, I wasn't that person. But no matter what, he believed in me. He's one of those guys. So in last May, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. And this is the picture before he was taking USANA products. And I remember the only thing, it broke my heart when I found that out because because um because I just lost my grandmother um last New Year's Eve, you know, and she was one of my biggest wives. She helped raise me, and I found out my uncle has lung cancer. So the least that I can do is stay positive, fight this cancer. So when I went home in June for my brother's graduation, I brought every product, all the product line, the nutritional supplements, health pack, essentials. Brought it home and gave it to him. Like, here, uncle, take this. Just trust me, just take it. And he actually took him. He never stopped taking them. And look at him now. This is a recent picture of him. So he exercised now. He has more energy. He has more appetite. So I love you. All right. All right. So, so we faced two challenges today, right?
Yes.
Two questions. Are you as physically healthy as you want to be, or are you as financially wealthy as you want to be? So keep these two questions in mind as I go through the slides, and hopefully you saw as a solution. So we have 5 leading causes of death: cardiovascular disease, cancer, stroke, respiratory disease, and diabetes. These are all degenerative diseases. Um, so my grandmother, she had diabetes and she had cardiovascular disease, and that's why I take this very seriously when I share Isana to other people. So how many people here who know someone who's suffering from this or who passed away from these? So that's pretty much everybody, right? So these happen over time, not overnight, right? They happen slowly. So one thing that really got me thinking is that these are highly preventable. But before we can prevent them, let's see what's causing them. So oxidation and free radical damage. So oxidation. Let's picture a guacamole. What happens when you leave it out? It turns brown, right? So what we do to prevent it from oxidizing, we add lime or lemon juice, right? And same way with our cells, where we protect our cells by adding antioxidants. Does that make sense? So who's ever been stressed before? It's everybody, right? All right, everybody's human here. Nobody's an alien. So we got stress, radiation, pollution, toxins, chemicals, pesticides, poor diet, and genetically modified foods, or all I consider OMG foods, right? So our health comes down to our cellular level. Like if our cells are healthy, we're healthy. Simple as that. So this is what a healthy cell looks like, and a damaged cell looks like. So maybe drinking Hennessy bottle, right? Or eating like 10 tacos during convention. You know who you are. So we got oxidation defense. This is what a cell looks like with antioxidants. So this begs the question: are we getting enough antioxidants, and where do we get them from? Let's take a look. From our fruits and vegetables. But to fight off all the diseases that I mentioned earlier, we're going to have to consume 22,000 calories a day. That's a lot of calories, that's a lot of food, and that's a lot of money. Right? So, but really, look at that. To get enough vitamin D, you're going to have to consume 44 large eggs. I love eggs, but not that much. To get enough B6, you're going to have to consume 85 medium bananas and 10 whole chicken breasts for zinc. So this is when supplementation comes in the picture to bridge that gap between healthy living and optimal level of nutrition. Right? So these are essentials. It's rated the #1 supplement in the world. It's our flagship product, one of our favorites. So do you guys see the value in supplementation right now? Right? Of course. So this is Dr. Myron Wentz. I actually met him. He exists. So his hair is actually as white as that in real life. So he's not just a businessman trying to make a buck. He's a real life scientist, and microbiologist, immunologist. And this is what he said. This is his vision, and everybody's vision in USANA. I dream of a world free from pain and suffering. I dream of a world free from disease. The USANA family will be the healthiest family on earth. Share my vision, live my life to its fullest in happiness and health. That's amazing, This guy, in 1972, he founded Gall Laboratories, where he studied infectious diseases. But nobody is dying from that anymore, right? So he switched his practice to degenerative diseases. That's how USANA came about. And he was awarded the Albert Einstein Award for Life Sciences in 2007. That's a big deal in the science world. Right? So USANA means true health in Greek. We were founded in 1992, and this is our facility manufacturing facility in Salt Lake City, Utah. And we had the honor to go visit that place. Right? And it does exist too, right? And it's very clean, it's top of the line. It really is just best of the best. So we're also open in 19 different countries. So you can expand your business around the world. We're open in Canada, Australia, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, China, Colombia. Woo, Colombia in the house. Woo! Hey, all the way from Colombia. Wow, that's what you call dedication, right? And I just want to point out this FDA registered sign right here. Everybody knows the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, right? So the thing about supplements, it's neither food nor drug. So we don't follow in that category, the drug category. We don't have to follow FDA guidelines or regulations. But what USANA did, we made our facilities, manufacturing facilities, FDA registered, meaning we follow those regulations that the FDA established. So that's a big deal. That's more money, but we just took it to the next level, right? But we don't have to do that. That's a big deal. And there's the NSF symbol right here, the National Sanitation Foundation. And pro athletes, Olympians, they look at this. They look for this when they, especially when they take supplements, because this guarantees what's on the label. It's in the bottle, right? That's a big deal. So USANA is a trusted partner and sponsor of the Dr. Oz show. And everybody knows Dr. Oz, right? He was considered the most influential celebrity in America by Forbes magazine. And I'm just gonna play a video real quick. He's gonna talk about his partnership with USANA and the manufacturing facility.
Hi, Dr. Oz here. As you may already know, USANA Health Sciences has had a fantastic partnership with my charitable organization, Health Corps, since 2012. USANA has made a significant 8-year commitment to Health Corps, and together we're making a positive impact on the health of others. The Health Corps mission is to fight for the health of our teenagers, especially around weight issues. And USANA's focus on improving people's lives through their True Health Foundation goes hand in hand with our goals. I believe that USANA is a company with tremendous integrity. A few years ago, I had the privilege to meet USANA's brilliant founder, Dr. Myron Wentz. I was doing research on optimal cellular health, and I learned Dr. Wentz is a renowned expert in this matter. I deeply respect Dr. Wentz not only for his unmatched knowledge on cellular health, but also for his vision. This vision is instilled in the prestigious team of researchers and developers working in USANA's laboratories. Daily, they strive to put their research into action to make the world a better place, a place free of suffering and pain. Dr. Wentz has also created a remarkable culture of quality at USANA. It's been my pleasure to collaborate with many of USANA's key staff, and I've found them to be highly professional and capable. I love when Health Corps has the honor of working with fabulous partners. When I visited USANA's facilities, I was thoroughly impressed. Everyone I met seemed determined to make USANA's products the best in the world. The quality of USANA's manufacturing goes above and beyond what they're required to do. Their facility is FDA registered, their research is cutting edge, their testing is rigorous, and their products are held to the highest possible standard. So much effort goes into USANA's products, and yet they still focus on energy efficient and environmentally sound practices. It's a pleasure to see a company that cares so much about quality, even if it requires a little extra time, consideration, and effort. I always talk to my friends and family about USANA, and I hope to collaborate with them on additional projects in the months and years to come. Together, we're on a mission to make the world a happier, healthier place.
All right, Dr. Oz is a man. So when you're looking at a company, you want to do your research, right? And use reliable sources.
Right.
So USANA is publicly traded in the New York Stock Exchange. Our ticker symbol is USNA. We're actually going to do a live research right now. So everybody say hi, Alan.
Hi, Alan.
So Alan's our co-director. Is going to help me out with this. So you can do this on your own. Yahoo Finance. USNA.
It says I was muted, but I'm make sure I am.
This is your.
Oh wow, 148. That's pretty high. That's actually higher than than Apple stocks.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the income statements. So when you join a company, you want to make sure it's gonna last. It's got consistent growth year after year. So as you can see, our total revenue, this is in the thousands. So this right here is $1 million. From 2012 to 2013, do you see any growth?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. And obviously 2013, 2015, we grew again. So let's take a look at the balance sheet. Also, you want to look at if we have any debt, the company, right? As you can see, got long-term debt. We have dashes, right?
Yeah.
So meaning, our company is gonna last for a long time for the next generation to come. And we could stand on our own 2 feet, and that speaks a lot.
Yes.
So we're a pretty solid company. Not only we have research and development in our facility, we partner up with other universities to double check our research, right? And who here is in the medical field right now? Awesome. So if you're in the medical field, you know about the PDR, the Physician's Desk Reference, this gigantic book right here,
Right.
right? And basically, it's the yellow pages of drugs, and they list all the drugs in there, their side effects, their ingredients. Um, Guess what? Isana is in the PDR because we are pharmaceutical grade. So your doctors can actually prescribe you Isana products. That's a big deal. So this is our product line. Optimizers right here, our famous health essentials. We got fish oil, precursor for the joints. Our health pack, very convenient. Health food line, personal care and energy. So this is Lyle McWilliam. He's a scientist who created the comparative guide to nutritional supplements, where he tested more than 1,600 nutritional supplements, rated them for tested them for potency, bioavailability, disintegration time, just the overall quality of the product. Rated them from 0 to 5 star rating. 5 star being the highest. So you're probably looking at the list. You guys are familiar with with this list. Who's ever taken one a day before? Raise up your hand. All right. So as you can see, that's a lot of people, right? So that's 0 stars. One a day. One a day, more like none a day. And so we got Centrum Silver. Everybody knows Centrum Silver. If you're Filipino, you know Centrum. It's not even a full star. And then next one is Kirkland. It's a Costco product. So if you're a Filipino like me and my mom, we like discounts. We go to Costco, buy these huge bottles of supplements, and we send them to Philippines. They last like 10 years. The pills are like dinosaur eggs. You barely saw them, right? So Usana on the top, uh, 5 stars, 5 golden stars year after year. We also have prenatals for the mom, Usanimals for the kids, body rocks for the teenagers. So we have supplements for everybody. And most of all of these right here are chewables. So if you don't like swallowing pills, then you're in the right place. So what we do if you don't believe me, or if you don't believe Lyle McWilliam, you don't believe New York Stock Exchange, you can do a test at home. So what we did, we cut up some apples, we got some water, we took these supplements, Herbalife, Centrum, one a day, you saw it in the middle, Kirkland, GNC, and water. We mix the supplements with the apples, soak them for 2 days, and see what happens. Whoa. All right. So as you can see, right, it's very dark, black apples. Um, Keep in mind, we're testing for the antioxidant properties of these. So they're supposed to protect the apple cells,
Right.
just like they're supposed to protect our cells,
Right.
right, from degenerative diseases,
Makes sense.
right? So you might as well just drink Arrowhead over here, right? Water. And you saw it in the middle, shining bright like a diamond, as usual. So this is our food line. It's one of my favorite line. It's low glycemic. That's what I like about it. Good for diabetics, so it doesn't spike up your blood sugar. So when you eat a donut, you eat it, it spikes up your blood sugar. It's because it's high glycemic. So what your body naturally produces insulin to bring it back down that level, the sugar level, right? But the problem is insulin is a fat storing hormone, meaning the more insulin, the more fat, and it's constantly doing that, right? Up and down, up and down. That's how you gain weight. So we're also gluten free. We're vegan friendly. Um, yeah, we're all free, you know. So this is the reset right here. Um, this is what I was talking about. It changed my life. It consists. It's a 5 day high fiber cleanse detox. It consists of our shakes, meal replacement shakes, snack bars, and our nutritional supplements, AM and PM packs. Um, so so this right here, her name is Gina. She exists, and I met her. As you can see, not only she lost weight, um, you know her skin looks amazing. It's glowing, right? She got less rounded shoulder, and her newspaper looks better. So this is Gus, right? And I promise it doesn't. Usana Products doesn't promote hair loss. So look at him. The before, I mean, he's sleeping while he's taking the pictures. He's so tired. Like, oh, I just take that, right? Okay, so he looks amazing. Look at him right now. Wow. Yeah, confidence. So I just want to bring up my friend Julian. He was one of the winners for the reset challenge that we just recently had. He's very motivated. He's deadlocking to his health goals. And I just want to bring him up here, share his story. All right.
Well, hello everybody. I want to introduce myself. Okay, my name is Julian Navarro, and yes, I was one of the participants for this recent challenge. Well, first, I would love to explain myself, my experience before I took the recent challenge. All right, I gotta look at my notes because I'm kind of nervous. I didn't know there's gonna be this much people here. I just came late too, so bear with me, guys. Man. Anyways, yes. Beforehand, prior to this recent challenge, my lifestyle was all over the place. By means of that, of course, I used to work out, which you can see I was kind of husky in a way, where I worked out 3 times a week, where I lifted weights for 45 minutes and did some cardio 20 minutes right after. However, I didn't really see any results. I didn't see really any results because I always went out on the weekends. And like myself, I usually go out a lot because I'm in my mid 20s. I go out to bars, I go out to clubs, and damn, on the weekends, you have no idea. I go with my friends and I consume a lot of alcohol. You have no idea. But me, I'm not talking about just during the clubs. I mean, I drink beforehand because to save money, but also afterwards to sustain my buzz. It's just the life, right? But what's the worst thing about this lifestyle was that afterwards of going to the bars and the clubs is I used to always go get some food afterwards to get some fast food. Somehow, some way, I ended up at a fast food restaurant. And I end up getting, carne asada fries, maybe some tacos, maybe a breakfast burrito, or maybe all of them. It's crazy. I don't know how. But the good thing about it is that I'm just glad that my cousin Sean, which is the fellow in the back, and my soon-to-be cousin-in-law, where's she at? Icy in the back too. They introduced me to this recent challenge, which made me consider it because I wanted to change out my fitness journey. So in talking about the recent challenge, of course this challenge is a 5 week challenge where the first week is of course a detox period where I'm gotta tell you it's really hard because the main reason why I say that is look at my body. I need a lot of food, right? I need a lot. But in the detox period, I was only consuming about 3 shakes, 2 bars, a cup of veggies, and a cup of fruits,
Right.
and a lot of water, like a swimming pool of water. And you have, oh man, that was really tough because that that much of food is only for like one meal for myself. So it's pretty hard. But overall, with all that, with it being so hard, I was able to overcome that challenge. And I, within that 1 week, the first week, I was able to lose 5 pounds, right? Which is pretty good. However, the next 4 weeks was I had to start to, clean up my diet because, I wanted to win this. I was so determined. I was like, I'm going to win it, yes, blah, blah, blah. And however, the second week, I kind of, was whatever with it because I wanted food still. So I was eating somewhat healthy and I was a little bit eating bad too, but I was counting my calories. But I wasn't losing that much I wasn't losing that much weight at the time. So it was until the last 3 weeks, which I actually stepped it up a little bit, which I started to meal prep. I started to work out a lot. I changed up my exercise routine to 5 days instead of 3. I did fasted cardio in the morning. If you guys never heard of that, I ran after every time I worked out. And yeah, with that said, within those 3 weeks, I was able to lose a little bit 3 more pounds, but I believe I gained a little bit more lean muscle. So yeah, with that said, I'm nervous now. So yeah, with changing my mindset and following this routine and exercising, and of course taking that vitamins by AM and PM, which is gold. I was able to lose a total of 8 pounds, which was pretty good, and I was able to lose 2 inches from my waist. I was able to build more energy, more confidence, and more determination for myself to reach my goals and finding the best or maintaining the best physique I can actually have. So as you can see, look at this picture as myself. I'm smiling. I was content with my life. However, look at me now, determined more than ever. So yeah, that's my journey, and I hope if you guys ever want to, try to lose weight or try to find your focus and getting back into that fitness journey, try this out. It might keep you on track, and yeah, it might work out for you because it actually did for me. And also, I found this quote that before I started this challenge it says something that if you have discipline, drive, and determination, nothing's impossible. Thank
So this is one of my favorites right here, Rev 3. It's a healthier alternative energy drink. So as you can see, all the product lines are my favorites. So everybody knows 15, 13, and 9 teaspoons of sugar is bad for you, right? So Rev 3 has all natural sugars equivalent to 1.5 apple, and it's got reverse osmosis. It's got green tea extract. It's all natural energy. It doesn't have that crash and burn like all these energy drink right here. So I take it in before I go to the gym in the morning or afterwards or right before I do a presentation just like this, right here. You can see. I take the products. So, one advice I can give you guys is don't take the Rev 3 at 10 p.m. at night. Yeah, especially if you have work the next morning because you're going to be up the whole night. Trust me, I know. All right. This is a sunset. This is a sunset line. This is our product line. And this is one of my favorites. Believe it or not, I love this line. Why? Even the girls, they love it. One good thing about this, it's paraben free. So paraben is a chemical that increases life shelf for the products. And bad thing about parabens, it's also found in cancer tissue cells, right? So what you put in your skin, on your skin, it gets absorbed in your bloodstream in minutes. So that's pretty scary. And it's chemical free as well. That's a big deal.
Yep.
You can actually eat these stuff. I don't recommend it. It's not gonna taste good, but you can eat it. It's safe. We have over 700 world-class athletes, Olympians, professional athletes. This is a huge deal. You got Serena Williams, Shaun White, and these athletes, their body's their temple.
Yes.
So they're very picky on what they eat, and especially supplements. Um, so if it's good enough for these guys, I think it's good enough for the general public. So we got our boy Manny Pacquiao, and we got Timothy Bradley. I actually met him last weekend. Very cool guy. He spoke on stage. He's a world champ. 5 times. He got 5 belts. So that speaks a lot. I met Juan Diaz as well. He signed my bag. Timothy Bradley signed my bag too. That's for sale. Talk to me later. But we have something called the athlete's guarantee, and meaning if any of these athletes get tested for bad substances and get tracked, it's backtracked to USANA. We paid these athletes $1 million.
Wow.
For over 22 years in the business. We've never ever given $1 million to any athletes, and we've never had a recall, ever. So that concludes the health portion of the presentation. So who thinks we have a pretty good product here? Great. So we're almost done here. We're halfway done. I'm going to talk about the business. This is actually my favorite part. But quick question: do we think about health, or do we think about finances more? Finance, right? All right. So they did a study on 100 college graduates. 95% of them became employees, and 5% became business investors. So I'm going to talk about the 95% real quick. 5% are still working, no retirement. 36% are dead due to stress and health, and 54% are dead broke, needing government or family assistance. And the 5%ers became wealthy. 1% of them, 2 million net worth or plus, and 4% financially independent, making about 100K a year or more. So when somebody says, education pays, and I agree. Hey, if you're going to college right now, I highly recommend, you finish. If that's what you're passionate about, do it, finish it, because we do need doctors, we do need lawyers, and we need teachers as well. So, but when somebody tells me they're gonna bank on their education alone to create financial freedom for themselves, I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with that, because according to a Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you have a bachelor's degree, you should be making $1,000 a week.
Right.
Do you know anybody who's not making that much and they have a bachelor's degree? Raise up your hand. Right? And do you know anybody who is jobless in a bachelor's degree? Raise up your hand. 2 hands for this guy. All right. So usually, what happens when you're unhappy with your life, your job, your pay, your boss? What do? Usually, people go back to school and getting the master's, PhD. So usually, you should be making, if you get your PhD, you should be making about 1,700 a week. That's about 100K a year. How many people think that's a lot of money in a corporate America?
Yeah.
It's good money, right? 100K. All right, we got some ambitious people over here, right? All right, let's take a look at 100K. So 100K, if you're making 100K at your job, you're automatically put on the 40% tax bracket. That's 40K going to Uncle Sam. 40K.
Yes.
And that's 45 months of work going to the government. Isn't that crazy? But that's just the way it is. And so you take 60K back home, net income. That's about $5,000 a month. If you're making this much, you wanna get a house at a crimeless neighborhood. 3,500 for a home. 600 for a car. You want a nice car, maybe a Honda Civic SI 2007. Yes, I drive that car. So, 400 for gas and maintenance. $100 for clothes. I know people here who buys Jordans more than $100, right?
Yeah.
Right? And for the ladies, come on, the MKs, the Louis Vuittons, that's more than $100. So for the 300 for food, 200 for entertainment, that's not a lot. This is very conservative, guys. 200. I went to the movies the other day with my mom, of course. And it was like I spent like more than $50,
Yeah.
right? I think it's that freaking that golden popcorn. It was like $20, and then like $10 for a freaking Asahi drink. But anyways, so 100 for cell phone, right? And zero balance. That's actually in the negative because we haven't talked about savings, debt, student debt, or children. How many people have children here? Right? And they're not cheap, right? They're expensive.
Oh yeah.
All right, so who's heard of Robert Kiyosaki here? He's a multimillionaire. He invested in a lot of real estate. So Oprah interviewed him in her show. Everybody knows Oprah, right? So she asked him, hey Robert, so how does a regular person get by? Just enough to pay for the bills, happy, they could travel, just to get by and live a comfortable life, right? And Robert said, be your own boss, you know? Be your own boss, have your own business. So this is when the USANA home-based business comes in. Be your own boss. If you hate your boss, fire him right now. USANA. Um, so there's a lot of perks in owning your own home-based business. One of them is tax benefits. The tax write-off. You can tax write off a lot of things if you have your own business, like your gas mileage, your rent, your meals, um, your cell phone bill, right?
Yes.
And when we have that power and we can do it legally. So according to Sandy Balkins, if you have a full-time job and does not have a side business, you're overpaying 3,000 to 9,000 a year. So let's say you start your own home-based business, you don't make any money. You made money right there, 3 to 9,000 in 1 year, right off the bat, right? So it's low risk and one of my favorite, personal growth, personal development. So as you can see, when I told my story, I was a complete different person. I really was. And because of USANA, I was able to grow personally, professionally, be a better person, right? And having your own home-based business, you can create time and financial freedom. You have time, and you have you're able to travel. At the same time, you have residual and passive income, right, coming in. You don't have to trade time for money, right? Because if you stop trading time, you're gonna stop getting money. Simple as that. So there's 6 ways to make money in USANA. I'm not gonna talk about these right here. These come as you grow your business in USANA. I'm just gonna talk about the weekly commissions real quick.
Okay.
So in USANA, when you start your business in USANA, it's like starting a franchise. It's like starting a Subway store. Um, to make money in the Subway, uh, to make money, you have to move sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
But in USANA, you move USANA products.
Okay.
So this is you right here. This is your store. And remember this: there's a left and a right side of your store. So remember that. And as you can see, you see points. That's universal currency. So that way we don't have to worry about currency exchange. Remember, we're open in 19 different countries, right? So that makes it easier for us to expand our business. So just like a franchise, you can duplicate, not you can duplicate yourself. So you can build a team. You know, you have Bob on your left, and Joe on your right. And to get paid in USANA, you have to have points both left and right. So you get that matching number, which is 1,400 points. 1,400 points times 20%, and yes, we have 20% commission. And it's $280 for that week, and we get paid weekly in USANA, right? So now you have the option when you're starting your own USANA business. You have the options to start out with one business center or three business center. You know, which one makes more money? You know, three Subway or one Subway? Three, right? So I don't recommend the one business center because the income potential is way less than the three business center with the same amount of points with the same amount of effort.
Right.
And I just want to throw that out there real quick. But then just like any other business center, every business center has a left and a right. So for this one, take the matching points with the 700, green, 700, and take that 750, the matching number, left and right, 750 right there. And then this whole left side right here is on the left of BC1, and then this whole right side is right here, 1,500 points total. So take the matching number, 1,400, add all of that up, 2,850 times 20% equals $570 for that week. Right, as you can see, it was double. Right, it was double from the one business center with the same amount of points, with the same amount of, right, 14, 15, 14, 15, with the same amount of points, same amount of effort. You get paid double. Also, there's no limit in USANA. There's every time you max out a business center, USANA gives you another store. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Right? So that means there's no limit the amount of income you can have in USANA, which is great. Because for me, I only got paid by the hour. I can work as hard, but you know I get paid for that. so everybody when they see our compensation plan, a lot of people they automatically think it's a it's one of those things, right? Or is it a pyramid scheme or whatever? Is one of those triangle, the triangle shape, right? The triangle shape, right? So let's compare our structure, our USANA structure, to the corporate structure. This is a corporate structure right here, and yes, it's a triangle shape. So who has a corporate job here? Great. Anna.
Yeah.
So Anna's one of my friends from work. So what do you do? What do you do?
So I'm a development scientist at
So
Bechtel.
all right. So she's a scientist, and are you the staff, middle management? Staff. Okay, great. So have you ever made as much or more than the CEO?
Of course not.
Of course not,
I
right?
never will.
Right? Never, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's why I quit my job. But I did. I just quit like 2 weeks ago. Seriously. So I'm full-time USANA. Broke all the shackles down, shackle the cubicle, right? So, all right. So this is the structure right here we have, the USANA structure. And Richard. So this is Richard at the top. And he brings in Brian? Okay, no, not that one. Alexis. It matches, right? So Alexis is a superstar. She maxed out her business center, 5,000 on both sides. So times 20%, the matching number, which is 5,000. That's $1,000 a week she just made. Did Richard make any money?
No.
Why not?
No point.
No points on his right side, right? So Another rule is the points always flow up. So whoever's in between, they get credit from the person in the bottom, right? That's number one rule. Points always flow up. So eventually, Richard's got 5,000 on his left. So in order for him to get paid, he needs to build his right side, build another team, help them get paid. Everybody, gets paid, and then points always flow. Oh, great, great. So the points accumulates to 5,000, and then he gets paid $1,000. I think that's fair because you get paid by production and how much work you put in USANA. So as you can see, compared to the corporate structure, the person in the very bottom can make as much or more than the person in the very top. So real quick, I'm almost done. If you're in the very bottom, in order for you to move up the ladder, somebody has to get knocked down, right? Somebody, those you get laid off or fired. I doubt the SOBs are over there, are gonna get laid off as in son of the boss. Yes. So 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 what happens? These guys right here, they compete with each other. You have to compete with your peers in order for you to climb the ladder. And I knew that. I had to compete. So that promotes competition. So in our structure, here's the number one rule. You cannot, the only way you can become successful in USANA if you help others become successful. There's no other way around it. There's no other way, right? So that promotes what? Teamwork. And what does team stands for? Together, everyone accomplishes more, right? So it promotes teamwork compared to this competition. So I think that's fair. So usually, after seeing a presentation just like this, there's A, B, and C people. The C you don't see you're a customer. You don't see the value in the business, but you see the value in the products. If you have any questions about the products, if you have questions about the products, ask the person who brought you here. And if you know somebody who might be who might be interested in USANA, whether it's the health or the finances side, send them to us. So as long as they have a little bit of ambition, even though they're broke, we can fix that, right? So there's the B people. You're interested in the business, but you have questions and concerns. And usually there's three types of concerns. The main concerns are I don't have time, I don't have the money, and I don't think I can do this. So I don't have time. Everybody knows we have the same 24 hours in a day, right? So why isn't there's successful people and there's non-successful people? Because the successful people learn to not manage their time but manage their priorities, right? So we always have time, but if we see something valuable, we make time for it no matter what. We prioritize that, right? So, and you don't have to, if you start your own business, you don't have to quit your job like me, or you don't have to quit school. You don't have to quit anything, really. We all started as part-time, right? So part-time looks like 10 to 15 hours a week. I mean, the average American watches more than 24 hours of TV time, right? If you just cut that down, I mean, would you rather invest in TV shows, or would you rather invest in yourself, in your future, right? That's not even a debate. So, and you don't have the money, man. USANA is definitely for you, right? If you're gonna keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep getting what you're getting, right? So I know people who started the business who had $2, $3 in their bank account. And she's sitting right here now, right there. Today, right? She's a full-time college student. She goes to UCSD, and she doesn't make any excuses. She saw the vision. She took action. She sold, and then she bought, and she figured it out, right? Because she saw the value. And then the last concern is you don't think you can do this? Well, if that's the only concern you have, I think you're an A. You're an A because we have training. We all thought we couldn't do it, but we went anyway to training, and after that, we just figure it out along the way. We learn as we earn in USANA, right? That's how it works. So if you're an A, let's take action. Sign the application. We have training, but before you call your friends and families, telling them about the black apples, go to training. I highly recommend it. We have trainings every Saturday, 10 to 12. And the person who's made a difference in my life, my great mentor, he usually does the training right there. 3-star diamond director Michael Callejas, and he's made it. He's up there. He's one of those top people who made a difference in thousands of lives, and is willing to teach you what he has done 9 years ago, right? So you have our support. So I just want to end it with this. So I just want to end it with this. I totally banked out. Oh my God. So I just want to bring up my mentor right now, Michael Callejas.
How did Adrian do? I'm not going to take too much time. I just wanted to come up to say thank you guys for coming, of course. And watching Adrian is very inspiring because I think for me, what Adrian represents is there's a lot of people in this world that talk, okay? And what I mean by that is, or how many of you guys know someone like that who says, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then you monitor them and it doesn't happen. And then they blame something, right? Oh, I couldn't because this happened. Or yeah, I was going to do it, but I got busy. Or I was going to do it, but then, my girlfriend broke up with me. Or whatever the case may be. Like there's always seemed to be some excuse, right? So when I met Adrian, I saw a guy, but here's the thing. I see the potential in every single person. Like not even knowing you guys, I know you're like full of potential. Okay, like not even having ever met you guys. Because I know that people can improve. Right? Like I know this about people.
Yes.
Right? How many of you guys agree with that? That people can improve?
Yes.
Okay, so we all agree on this.
Right.
So when I met Adrian, I said, this guy can improve. Okay, and people are saying, well, this guy was born to do this business. Like from the first day he got involved, like he was ready to go and he was a success. Would you guys imagine that just by looking at him today? I think a lot of people say, no, this guy had it down from the first day. That's not true. Okay, I can remember this guy coming in and saying, I want to be successful in this business. And I'm like, all right, you got to do this. He goes, that's hard. And I'm like, of course, if being successful was easy, then everybody would already be successful.
Right.
So I have to teach him that. Okay? And we've been coaching him now for a few months. But to see his transition, here's what happened with Adrian. He started accepting responsibility. And I think that's when you go, for the guys in the room, that's when you go from being a boy to being a man.
That's right.
Is when you finally accept responsibility for everything that happens, good and bad.
Yep.
Just accept responsibility. Like if you're broke, it's your fault. And I know that sounds really awful, but the truth is, who else is there to blame? Because if you're in that situation, it's unfortunate, right? But if you're still in that situation a year from now, then whose fault is it? It has to be yours. There's nobody else. So when I met Adrian, I felt the same way. I was just like, okay, this guy's broke, whatever. But if he's still broke a year from now, come on. So, but I can definitely tell that he's made some big strides. And when you talk about dreaming big, Adrian is dreaming really big. He's not saying, I want to make enough money just so I can quit my job. Like he's looking at this business where he wants to make a huge impact and help a lot of people. So to me, that speaks the most. So let's give Adrian one more big round of applause.
So Mike is like the master of edification, as you can tell, right? And I remember he's made a lot of huge impact in my life. I remember when I told him, hey, I want to go gold, but I didn't even know how to like do it. Like I was gonna go by myself, but he said, I remember he told me, Adrian, I remember when I walked out and I said, "Bye, Mike. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna figure things out." He's like, "All right, hey Adrian. I know you read a lot of books, listen to a lot of audios. I know you know a lot, but let's. I wanna see if you can do a lot." And I think it's all about taking action here, right? And I took action. Uh, you can read 1,000 books, you can listen to thousands of hours of audios and study every single day, but you don't take action, nothing's gonna change. So, so before you leave today, I just want to ask you to ask yourself why, why USANA? Why should I do USANA? Why should I take the products? Why should I share with other people? Ask yourself that. you know and if you don't have a reason why to you don't have a reason why you should do USANA, that's fine. It's okay. But if you do, deep down inside, you do have a reason, whether it's you want to have more time for your family, you want to travel around the world, you want to retire your parents, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, just like I was before of my job. If you hate your job, you hate your boss, hey, keep that in mind. Because if you don't pursue excellence, mediocrity will pursue you. And mediocrity is the biggest, baddest, number one killer of dreams. Thank you very much.